everyone, and Mychal Kendricks had a visit today with the Minnesota Vikings, which means we have a legitimate reason to talk about this now. And Kendricks, he's a linebacker released by Philly not too long ago. He is at 6 foot 240. That's where he's listed at. And I think Mychal Kendricks would provide linebacker depth as well as being an improvement over the third linebacker spot over Ben Gideon. And I think he would be used more than a traditional third linebacker in a 4-3 where Gideon kind of played about 24, 25-ish percent, I would imagine. I don't know what the exact number is, but I'm assuming it's around there. I'm assuming that's how the percentage of the defensive snaps that he played. And just because he's pretty much only there in the base defense. But if we sign Mychal Kendricks, I imagine he would be used in different ways as opposed to that. Because it's hard to not imagine a player of his caliber not being involved into that whole double A gap third down package that they have. Which means he might be closer to about half the percent of defensive snaps. And where I would look for him to go is either next to his brother or into Robison's role, which Robison's role I feel like is the most misplaced role in this entire defense, which is he plays this weird elephant kind of role, and he'll either spy the quarterback or go back into coverage. He'll do multiple things from this spot. And if you add Mychal Kendricks, you have either him doing that or Anthony Barr, and it all of a sudden becomes a much, much bigger thing. And the one thing Mychal Kendricks has always been, he's always been more of a rush linebacker than a cover linebacker, and he's always been very athletic. Although he has shown flashes of being a pretty good linebacker in coverage with his 3-interception year, but those are also the only 3 interceptions he's ever amassed. So kind of take that with a grain of salt there, as he only has 1 season production with an interception, but he has 14 sacks in his career. So, like I said, more of a rush linebacker than a cover linebacker, but he would fit into either role pretty well. And I really think he would mostly improve a third down defense that was already the best third down defense in the league a year ago. And he is inconsistent, but I think he does show flashes at being a great player, as I have mentioned before. And maybe playing with Eric Kendricks, his brother, being in the middle of this defense, perhaps some of those inconsistencies can go away with the fact that communication should never be a problem at that point, especially for Eric, because Anthony Barr is one of his best friends on one side, and then you got your brother on the other. That should be fine with communication. And so no problems there. And I really think there's another chance of this providing something else, which is, it's kind of an outside chance right here, but he could potentially replace Anthony Barr if Anthony Barr's price tag gets too hefty. Now, I'm not saying he would successfully replace Anthony Barr. He would completely make us forget about Anthony Barr. But I am saying that is an option potentially moving down the road if we were to sign him. That it's a chance that Barr isn't on the team due to the fact of money and cap situations and who you're going to keep. You got to make choices. And the main ones currently are Barr, Diggs, Hunter, and possibly Waynes for next year. And some people will throw Sheldon Richardson into there. I'm really not. I'm thinking that's a 1-year rental kind of thing. But I don't think we should throw that out as a possibility. I think there is a chance Barr is not in the immediate future, or the long-term future, I should say, actually. But if that price tag does get too much on Anthony Barr, I would look to Mychal Kendricks as the next guy up if we got him. Because otherwise, we really don't have a guy there who can replace Anthony Barr. And this would give you another more of like a security insurance kind of deal here. And I would like to know what you guys think about that. I know I might be in the minority on thinking that could be an option, but I'm not willing to throw everything out. And but moving back to the immediate future, if we sign him right now, I think the two guys that could move off of the roster is either Kentrell Brothers because he's suspended for 4 games anyway at the start of the year, and he may not dress for that many games to begin with, or one of the undrafted free agents in Hercules Mataafa, as they are very similar breeds of player, and they would kind of play this similar role of kind of a rush linebacker. They roughly same build, similar athleticism, similar skill sets. Is one of them has played off the ball linebacker before, and that is Mychal Kendricks. So if they do sign Mychal Kendricks, those are my two guys to look to be kicked off of the roster. And until next time, I'll bid you guys adieu.